Hey guys, today's video, you're seeing my virtual avatar that I definitely didn't make in like 5 minutes, and we're building the Backrooms. I didn't record any audio for this, so I'm going to do it in post-production. Also, the jet engine in the background, and yeah, the Backrooms, you know that place that you mysteriously fall into while you're sleeping? Oh yeah, you didn't know that because you were sleeping. So I basically started by building level 0, building level 2 though. I'm going to cut this out because level 0 was pretty easy. All I have to do is put some yellow walls down, and then I have to do a snap thing to make sure the texture's on one side, and then make sure that's perfect, and then realize that when you multi-select it doesn't work, and then it's all wrong, and then realize that you already spent too much time on it, so you can't get rid of it, and now you're having an existential crisis on your YouTube channel. Oh yeah, and there was level 2. All I did was make it dark, like really dark, put some zombies down, and made a really long hallway. Like a really, really long hallway. Actually, it's not that long. I just made it really slow because I was too lazy to make it long. Anyways, I started off level 37 by building it. Wasn't that hard, so I'm going to cut it out because I definitely didn't lose the footage. Definitely just cutting it out. Built it pretty easy. Just got some tile. What was that? I don't know, some tiled walls. And just build random tiled walls, and I put a few pillars down. Yeah, now it comes to the game, the mechanics, how it works. Basically, the main objective in level 37, or the pool rooms, is to turn these valves, and these valves basically increase the water or something. The water just rises. Basically, the water rises, and there are 4 valves. You get the 4 valves. I want to tell you the mechanics, how it works, but you don't know that. You don't care. Here, let's do a little explanation of it that simple-minded folk like you will be able to understand. So when you turn the valve, you don't actually turn the valve. It's just a button. Okay? There's this button device. You put the button down, and you can make it invisible, and then you can make it, when you're about to click on it, have anything on it. So I just put turn valve, and then that turn valve transmits on a channel. And then there is another thing, which is the water device, which creates the water, and the water device listens in on the channel, and when you turn the valve, it triggers the channel and makes the water go up. But if I didn't do anything, the water would just go up forever and kill you. So instead, once you turn a valve, there's a trigger that's triggered by turning the valve. And then 1 second after it's triggered, it transmits on another channel, which then the water device listens to, and when it gets that signal, it stops the rising, so the water only goes up for 1 second. And then you turn another valve, goes up for 1 second, goes up for 1 second, goes up for 1 second, until you can escape. And then the next part, the next mechanics are the waves. You won't see them, so I'm not going to talk about them. They're pretty useless, honestly, because there's not a lot of them. They're one-time things, and they don't even do that much damage. They're just waterfalls that I'm messed around with, and they were just kind of an experiment. And you probably won't ever be hit by them, so I'm not even going to talk about them here. Right, I'm talking about them. Basically, the next mechanic is the geysers, or whatever they are. I don't even know what they are. They just shoot water up. Basically, just put some fishing zones for visual thing, which they actually have a purpose. You could fish in them, but you don't got no fishing rod. So they're just there. And then basically, the second that you enter level 37, or the pool rooms, the first geyser goes off. And then when it goes off, a trigger that's listening on the channel that it turned it on, listens to that, and then it 20 seconds after it's received from that channel, it triggers a channel that disables the geyser that's currently running, and then enables another one somewhere. and then on and on and on forever, even when you're not in the pool rooms. And that's how it works. It's actually very simple. It took a lot longer because of the visual effects I added, but I don't need to explain those to you. I'm just trying to explain the main mechanics. And yeah, those are the two main mechanics. And after you do that, survive, if you do, you go to the next level, which is level... Play the sound card thing. No, 37.1. The pool that I actually don't remember what it's called. It's the dark pool rooms, and they didn't have a black tile or dark tile even is it. So I just made it dark, so the tiles kind of look black, but they're not. They're still white. You could probably tell that. Anyways, basically this level's way simpler than any other level except like the first one and the second one. It's just some rooms that have occasional pools in them, and there's some torches that have lights on top of them, but you won't be able to see those. It just makes they're flickering, so it looks like it's fire. They're just used because the fire prop already emits light, but the light device can let you scale that by just putting a new light on top and then pretending that they're the same thing. Well, they're actually not. So that level's pretty simple. I just put some various types of zombies in there that I already programmed before. Well, not really programmed. I just flipped a few switches. That's all creative mode is, by the way. Flipping a few switches. I mean, I wish it was that simple. Anyways, the next level. Level run. Same thing. It's really just a hallway. I was going to put entities, not zombies, sorry, whatever. I think they're technically called entities. I was going to put them chasing you, but I have no idea why they didn't work. I just put them down, and they wouldn't move. They just stood still, did not move, and eventually despawned. So I instead just had a damage volume, which is a very simple device. Just it can either immediately kill you, or it can kill you over time. So basically it just takes every 2 seconds, I think. It takes 10 off your health. And basically if you weren't good enough in the previous levels, you would have lost a bunch of that health and you would not make it through level run. Anyways, you just fall through the floor with a simple mutator zone, which can mutate you, but it also can just tell the game when you go into an area. So basically when you go into that area of the mutator zone, the floor, using a device called the prop manipulator, which, as it sounds, manipulates props. Basically, you go into the mutator zone, and that prop manipulator listens to when you do that, and when you do that, it breaks the floor beneath you, and you fall down into another mutator zone, which when you enter that one, a teleporter listens in, and it teleports you over to the next level. Level -2. Now level -2 is pretty simple. I thought that this took a long time for me to make. Well, not this level, this map, but now that I'm actually saying it, all the levels seem kind of lazy. Anyways, level -2, it's just some flooded building. I thought I was gonna have so much fun making it, but I didn't. That's why it's so small. Also, it used to be bigger, but I had to move it somewhere else because the memory there wasn't enough memory to hold it there, so the game was all bugging out, and I wouldn't place anything. So basically, level -2 is pretty small. All you do is some parkour, and I'm not going to tell you where, but it's probably pretty obvious. The only place you could do parkour. But you just do some parkour, get up to a door, open the door, and teleports you in an elevator. So for multiplayer, I had it so that when you are teleported, you press a button that's hidden there, and it teleports you into an elevator, which is way off in the distance, and then it waits 5 seconds, and then starts moving so that people can get on board. And how the levels work that you see, pretty simple. I just took random pieces of the pre-existing levels that I already made and copied them in front of the elevator, and then I did some crappy wall making to make sure you couldn't like look to the side and see the sky. So that's airtight and it's pretty simple, and there's a prop mover that starts moving the elevator. That's just simple. You only need to know the name to know what it does, and it just moves props. So basically eats goods to its I sound like, I don't know, an autist. I should not have said that. It gets up to the destination, which is level 0.7, which is basically just level 0, the first level, but destroyed. And how I did that, they didn't have any peeled wallpaper props, especially, they might have, but they weren't yellow, and they weren't the ones that I had before. So I used a wall from this witch gallery that they added. I don't know why. I used it, and I kind of like forcefully put it in the same place as the normal yellow wall. And then, yeah, it doesn't look exactly good, and I wish that there was a little bit more yellow, but there wasn't. And then I also made it really dark. That was easy. It's pretty easy, actually, to make things dark. You just gotta take this device called the Sky Dome, and you can do use volume, so it only goes on a certain area. And then you can just customize the fog, how bright lights are, what the sky looks like, how bright the sky is, everything like that. But I'm going off tangent. Basically, just put some zombies in there. Pretty simple thing. Basically, those zombies, every single time you kill them, once you enter level 0.7, you get assigned this thing called a tracker. And this one's invisible, but it can give people quests. So this tracker, right now, well, no. You get it when you enter level 0.7, and it just monitors how many of these zombies you've killed. So for the first wave, you kill the 3 zombies that are spawned with the hammer you get, and then you move on. Well, no. The prop movers activate that move a barrier that separates you and that separates you from the other part that you need to be on. So after it's tracked properly and it has realized that you completed the tracker, it will get rid of the tracker, unassign it, and open that wall up. Then you get all these trackers at once, basically. But once you enter level 0.7, you also get a tracker for the next area, which has 7 zombies, I think. I'm probably wrong about that, maybe 6 actually, but doesn't even matter. Tracker just tracks it. When you complete, it opens the next door. But then the next one special, I think the door's actually open the whole time because I forgot to do it, but it doesn't really matter. There is a special ice fiend that is really powerful. It has 10,000 health, and it's not that powerful actually. It's just kind of annoying to defeat. I'm thinking about making it a bit stronger so it doesn't. And there's also some random zombie in there that I placed for fun. Anyways, the next part, you just walk through level 0.7, and then this part I find really cool. I don't know why. It's not that cool. It's pretty normal. But basically, you see this light. This light that it looks like the lights from level 0. Actually, just pretend like it is. I decided to. I found better lights after I made level 0. Okay. But basically, you just walk into it, and basically, you actually are walking into a mutator zone. Once you do that, a teleporter that's there, in the same place as the mutator zone, activates, and it has a zone around it. And basically, if you're in that zone, there's this thing called maintain relative position, and if you have the zone on it, it can activate in the area around the teleporter. But basically, that means if you entered the teleporter like hugging the wall, when you came out you would be in the same position relative to where the other side of the teleporter is. So it's pretty cool. And basically, the other side of the teleporter is in level 0 again. It's a separate part. You can't go back to the start. You get this ultimate sword that I just made because I wanted a cool anime sword in the game. Basically, you go up this elevator, and then the boss fight had multiple waves before, but then I thought it would be more exciting if all the zombies spawned at once. So basically, you just defeat all the zombies with your hard effort or something, and then boom, you blow the Backrooms up. You come to this little village area that honestly I had no idea what I was doing. I was just making things that came to my brain, which if you're a writer, I guess that's what I'm doing, writing. Don't do that. That's just a bad idea. You should think about things. You're gonna make plot holes, or you're gonna make just dumb things like I did. But anyways, you come to this little village. There's this random bone lady, and she's like, "Do you know what that bang is?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I did this. I blew the Backrooms up." And she's like, "Pwah!" And then somehow she gets from that she can escape. And then just coincidentally, big white wall open up, and there's like glowingness or something. And then, yeah, the glowiness happens. And then you walk into the glowiness or something. Oh, actually, no, it just teleports you. And then, boom, the map's over. So, yeah, the end part's kind of lackluster. It is. I think that's what lackluster means. I plan to add more levels. And one of my big updates that I'm meaning to add is being able to, like, go back to a level. So, say I was in level 0, I should be able to magically teleport. Skip level 2, go to level 37. Or from level 2, go to level 1. You know, from different things. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to, in turn, add some levels that you can't go to by just going through the main thing. But you can get to just messing around like you do in the back rooms. Anyways, I've been recording for 17 minutes, which is not good. I did not want a 17-minute video. I don't make 17-minute videos. Most of my videos are like 6 minutes long because I edit them so god much because I am so boring. Like, you don't want to watch one of my videos unedited. It is just pure agony. This is kind of unedited, I'm assuming, because I'm kind of hypered up. I've drank like 100 grams of sugar. Okay? Like, sugar is legitimately the most addictive drug in the world. More addictive than cocaine. And they give it to children. Hope you guys are gonna do this.